Two. Motherfucking Tuesday. Excuse me if you see me sleeping, but deep in my heart, I'm only dreaming. But if I wake, girl, and you're not by my side, I feel like half of me is no longer alive. Two, y'all climb on in, man. Peace of the gods, peace of the elves. Two. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What up, severe duty? Yeah, y'all climb on in, man. Two. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. They're called the Ghostbusters, and they're in control. They were throwing a party for a bunch of children. All the while, the slime was under the building. So the group packed up, grabbed the grips, came equipped with the proton pack on their back, and they split. Two, y'all climb on in, man. Find out about Vigal, the master of evil, trying to battle my boys. That's not legal. If it's up to us, we've got to take control. Shout out to Bobby Brown, man, too. Y'all climb on in. What up, BG? What's happening? What up, Hurricane Sheena, a.k.a. Sheena Warrior Princess? A.k.a. the baby name is Raymond. What up with you? Maverick just got signed to Bad Boy. Better get away from Diddy. Horn. The documents. Who paid for documents? No Raymond. Sorry, Ray. You know, it's okay. And it's also okay if you change your mind and decide to, name the baby Raymond. I don't mind. Just in case you thought I would mind and that's the reason you wouldn't do that. I'm telling you right now, I don't mind. Feel free to go ahead and name the baby Raymond. It's a good name. Yeah, I ain't doing nothing much though. Just got finished doing a full service on this Bad Boy Maverick. It's a 60-inch deck, 2019 model 0-turn mower. That's definitely not a lawnmower for poor people. I tell you what. I just got back in town actually. Not too long ago, I had to go to the Eastern Shore of Maryland to pick that up. got it from a boomer. Yeah, I couldn't pass it up. The price was too damn good though. I had to go out there, man. That shit took me. It took me a brick to get out there. Shout out to Eastern Shore. But yeah, old dude. He was like, hey, let me get a quarter firewood with that. I was like, all right, I got you. So I had to haul a quarter firewood. It's supposed to be a half cord, but so what do you think about autonomous robot mowers? I don't think nothing about them. I think that's for a certain class of people, or a certain type of people in a certain type of mind state, in a certain place in their life. If you got the lawn for it and you got the money for it and you got the confidence in that product to go out there and purchase that, shout out to you. Go do your thing. Me personally, I would never get one though, but I'm not going to knock the next family or person or man or woman or whoever that got their preference for this type of mower. I like to enjoy mowing. I think it's a great experience. And when I was young, I hated the shit because we had a push mower and it was built like bullshit. Like the push mower I grew up with was straight butt. I'm talking about straight butt, like back of the butt. I'm talking about when we open the shed to before we mow the grass, smelled like straight butt in there. Cause the lawnmower was in there. It wasn't even a self-propelled joint, and we had hills, so that shit was like Bowflex before Bowflex going up the hill with that heavy bitch. Big dumbass, heavy ass mower. It was like the Kirby vacuum of lawnmowers. But as an adult, I like mowing. I just like to sit there, zone out. My yard too small. It's too small. I need like 3-4 acres. You're good. You know? Like this shit too small right here. Like this, too fucking small. But that shit over there, man, you get you some headphones and you just ride on out. And me personally, I would feel like the self-mowing lawnmowers, they take that away. So that's why I would never get one. But somebody may get one because it's crunch time. It's crackdown season and they try and get shit accomplished and they don't got time to go out there and mow the yard. And they don't really want to spend the funds on a lawn care service. So BG is that the Bad Boy Maverick. It's what you seen it in the title. That's the Bad Boy Maverick. Yeah, that's the Bad Boy Maverick. That's the high end. The Bad Boy you seen me with earlier in the year, was that December? When it was snowing on the ground, that was the Bad Boy MZ Magnum, and that's like the bottom of the barrel for Bad Boy. No, it's the Bad Boy Rambler. That's like low end. You can probably pick one up for like $3,000. Like these zero turns. So you got the Bad Boy Rambler. I believe it only comes in a 42-inch deck, I think. Then you got the Bad Boy MZ Magnum. That's a little higher up, but it's still low end. You know, you could pick one up for like $3,500. Like real, it's cheap. You know, not cheap, but it's cheap. Then you got the Bad Boy Avenger. And Bad Boy did that, you know, as something to put between the Bad Boy MZ Magnum and the Bad Boy ZT Elite. So you got the Bad Boy Rambler, you got the Bad Boy MZ Magnum, then you got the Bad Boy Avenger, then you get the Bad Boy ZT Elite. Now you getting into the upper the upper residential mowers. Then there's the Bad Boy Maverick. The Bad Boy Maverick costs more than all the other bad boys I just named, and is heavier duty than every other bad boy you just heard me say. That's like up there. That's like low end. That's the entry. That's like low end commercial grade. It's like the entry level because it got the Hydro Gear ZT 3300s. So that's like that's a commercial grade transaxles or transmissions. Beefy forks, beefy casters, 7-gauge steel deck, and it has this the shock absorbing suspension system that's been patented by Bad Boy. Now, Bad Boy's official commercial line starts with the Bad Boy Rogue. Straight commercial. You in there. The Bad Boy Rogue is the equivalent to like the Toro Z Master 4000. Then you get the Bad Boy Rebel. The Bad Boy Rebel, that's like, yeah, that's they top tier commercial mower, the Bad Boy Rebel, and they sell for like $14,000. And then Bad Boy said, fuck it, we gonna fuck the game up. So they went a step further. And the highest you can get with a Bad Boy is a Bad Boy Renegade. And that's like a $16,000 mower. And they got straight Parker units on it. Straight Parker transmissions. Like this shit just severe duty. Talking about severely severe duty. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, what I got, that's getting into that's the commercial. It's a commercial grade. That's the first mower that Bad Boy and they lineup put the rollover protection bars on. And it got the heavy duty hydro gears on there. Kohler, Kawasaki. Oh, that one got the Kawasaki engine. A lot of the like Bad Boy mowers that you'll see, even used, people selling the used ones, they had like 300 hours on them, and they selling them for like $6,000-$7,000, but they got the Kohler engine on them. Yeah, the one I got the Kawasaki engine on it. I fucking hate seeing a Kohler engine on. I was like, yeah. Sometimes you can't get around it though. Oh yeah, they got the stand on the Bad Boy Revolt. They got a Bad Boy Outlaw stand on mower too. But I don't really fuck with the stand on mower, so I just kept it with the sit down zero turns. But shout out to the stand on mowers. I don't really know too much about they side of stand on mower. I think it's mainly just the Revolt and the Outlaw. But then the Outlaw, like back in 2016, was also a sit down zero turn. So I don't know what the fuck they doing. But shout out to them though, man. Based out of Arkansas, shout out to Arkansas. American made, employ more welders than any other lawnmower manufacturer. They employ more welders than Ferris. And you know, Ferris got their plant up there in New York. That's where Ferris brand started. Like way before Briggs and Stratton bought them out, but yeah, shout out to Bad Boy. I try to level up though. I don't want to really go back to what I had, and if I do, it ain't even worth talking about. I always try to get like I'm trying to get like y'all gonna fuck around and see me with a Bad Boy Rebel one day. Like I'm not really. And people are think I used to think like why would somebody spend $6,000-$7,000 on a lawnmower? But when you look at some of these not even homesteaders, but these estates and people they got like 3-4 acres. Like them boys ain't poor. So $6,000 for a lawnmower ain't nothing to them. They'd drop that in a fucking heartbeat. I'm talking cash too. Like they come, I see them every day. I see what type of, the boomer drive a F-150, got a PJ trailer. Like yeah, like the guy who came down from Pennsylvania to pick up the John Deere Z735 that I had up. Yeah, cause I ain't gonna tell you how much I sold it for, but cuz came down there. He was like, sure, absolutely, thank you. I'm like, man, shit. Yeah, so you get to see what type of people, how people move, like people that got money, like people that work. I don't know what the fuck these niggas work in, government or own construction companies, or they in concrete or some shit like that, or in the trades. But man, they spend that money. That shit ain't nothing. But yeah, I used to think, I like, who the fuck gonna buy this? But man, the more money you put out on a mower, the more money you gonna get back, guaranteed. So it's that type of, the commercial mowers, they really make the most money. That's why a lot of dealers, they prefer to work with customers that got commercial accounts, people in lawn care, because the typical homeowner, they don't spend like that. But the commercial guys and the tradesmen, I'm not gonna say boomers, but like I don't know what to call them. I don't know. But they got money and they got land. And the dude who bought the Toro from me the other day, the Toro Z Master I had, he got that mower with the intention on, because he got 2 properties. And on one of his properties, he got 1 acre. The other one he just bought, and I think he said like 3 acres. So when he got on the Toro, he was like, man, I'm gonna use this for my house. I was trying to get a mower for the property I just bought, but nah, I'm gonna use this for my main house. And he used the mower he was gonna use for his house. He sent that over there to the other side, but he needed 2 mowers. So you're gonna get guys that need 2 mowers. They don't care about dropping $8,000-9,000 on a mower. I'm talking about like cash money too. Have you seen a video where a fat guy tips over a Z-mower? I don't know what he was doing to tip over a Z-mower. Nah, I ain't seen that. Kawasaki and Vanguard engine options, yep. How would I pay for his paperwork without his name? What I'm gonna do? Who y'all trying to look up? I don't know his name, Brian. Who the fuck y'all looking at? Amy wants to know where to go get some white sauce for the pizza. Amy need to learn how to cut the oven on when she had her oven preheated to 400 when she put the pizza in there. You don't just preheat the oven. You don't just hit the 175 button for preheat and then throw it in there for 10 minutes and then take it out. It's not a fucking steak. Like, there's no such thing as fucking blue pizza. What the fuck is medium rare pizza? What the fuck is extra rare pizza? Nah, cook that shit, son. Nah, well fucking done. I want to see brown on the fucking crust. And that smattering of cheese you be doing ain't working, man. Don't shake the spoon like a Chipotle employee when they come to putting the cheese on the pizza. Put the fucking cheese on there. Put the fucking, what's up with 5 olives? Get a handful of them bitches in. Nah, son. Sprinkle that shit on there like M&M's. Fuck wrong with you? being stingy with the ingredients and not cooking this shit. Shit doughy as fuck. But yeah, so that's my little piece about lawnmowers and equipment in general. People pay good money out here. Um, like it be people will be hurting out here. Like you'll see a lot of shit on like people hurting and people out there hurting like the economy bad and all this shit. But man, when you moving equipment, that shit like coke. That shit went, man, listen. That shit, but yeah, that shit like straight coke. You be moving equipment, you gonna be counting, man. That shit, the money, yeah. I don't even know how to explain it. Especially when you get you a system down, you know what you're doing, and you know how to deal with people, and you know how to talk to people, and you know how to present yourself, and you know how to present the product. Man, that money come quick. I mean, it's just like constant investments. That shit crazy. But then too, it's like I've been doing that, but when I look back at it, that's what I did to get my trailer. Like every time I went live, if y'all remember like 2-3 years ago, I had a different trailer. That's because I was buying a trailer and then I was selling it just to get enough money. I would pay bills with some of the extra funds and then go buy the next step up trailer. Like I started with a 5x8 and I bought that for $500. And then I cleaned that up. I rewired it. Y'all seen it back here just so I can get that lawn tractor on there. I cleaned that up, rewired it. And I let that go for $1,000. And somebody bought it. And that shit was like that. And I took that $1,000 with some money that I already had to put money with the money. And then I went ahead and dropped $1,500 on my first 5x10. It was the all with the wooden sides on it. It was a tilt trailer. I remember it. I remember that shit, man. It had the tilt trailer. And that's when I went out there to Frederick, Maryland, I remember I picked up that Cub Cadet 0 turn. And I fucked around. I was like, shit. And then that's when people was on here. I was live streaming. And I was just so psyched to have a bigger trailer that looked good because I pressure washed it. New lights. I always take care of stuff. New lights, everything. And the guy was like, yo, when you gonna get a 12 footer? Man, I sold that trailer. What I paid like $1,500 for? I sold that shit for like $2,000. Put more money to that. That's when I got that big text. I got that big text, that 6x12 trailer. And that's the trailer I went to go pick up that gator in. And I remember I had that trailer in the backyard, man. And that was a nice trailer too. I had the trailer in the backyard. I'm missing the trailer too. I had some more trailers, but I had the trailer in the backyard, and I was talking my shit, and I was going on and on about trucks and trailers. And one guy, he probably still here. One guy, he was like, man, your trailer game weak. When the fuck you gonna get a tandem axle? When you gonna get a 16, get a tandem axle trailer? And I was like, you got me. I was like, yeah, you got me. In my mind, I was like, already. And that was before I was in the wood game heavy. Cuz was sitting there, he just shitted on my trailer that I worked hard to get. Like I was flipping up. I worked hard to get that trailer. Cuz like, yeah, man, that's all good, but real men get tandem axle trailers, cuz. I was like, all right. Nigga had the Gator. Had the John Deere Gator. I went to Warrenton, picked that bitch up. I was like, all right. Next thing you know, nigga got the calls like, yo, out there in Roanoke. Man, nigga drove 4 hours away. I couldn't turn down that price, but it was money I made from flipping trailers and doing other things. And then the wood game just sized it. The wood game just sized everything. And I went down there and I got that trailer for a damn. I bought that. Like I said, I bought my trailer for $2,200. I just had to drive 4 hours away to pick it up. That shit fucked my gas up. Then when I had that Chevy, my gas My gas tank was, my shit was screaming, my gas tank was, fuck wrong with you, nigga? I was passing by gas station like, and came back with that with the 16 footer. Then I had to get comfortable driving with it because I had like the smaller tray. It's just like it's a tiny, it's a baby, it's a Ushabu learning curve. I'm trying. Will you shut the fuck up? You sound good though. Yeah, you sound good though. I ain't even gonna hold. You sound adorable. All right, but I'm talking now. It's all good. Wrap it up, man. So it's like a little baby learning curve to the 16 footer, and I was trying to back up. And I remember, like, I know how to parallel park my shit now, but I was trying to back up. And that shit just wasn't working out because to get into my driveway. And, like, I just to know how to get it where I want it. Now, all that shit, I know how to work with all manner of trailers. All sizes, all that shit. I know how to swing them bitches where I want them. And I be in some tight spots, and my wife, like sometimes I take my wife with me, she be like, you not gonna be able to make it through there with the truck. I be like, man, shit, watch this. I'm like, watch this. And be like, yo, you good at it. I had a customer, when I backed up the wood, I delivered a cord of wood. And the guy, he was trying to direct me over to the side street. I was like, no, I'm in the driveway. He had a car right there, but it was like one of those double, like you could fit like 2 cars. And he was trying to direct me to the side. I was like, hell no, nigga, I'm gonna get this shit right where the fuck. Right with it, I ain't had my gator with me. So all that, park over here, and then fuck, I'm gonna just walk it to the garage? No, nigga, I'm backing up right to the garage, nigga. Boop, whoop. Had it been, he was saying, when I got out, he was like, damn, you know what you doing, don't you? I was like, show enough. Show motherfucking enough. Y'all just think I'm a YouTube personality. Y'all just think I'm y'all favorite YouTuber. I'm more than your favorite YouTuber, man. I'm wicked with the whipping game. Like, I'm wicked with the whip. Wicked with the whip. I do that truck and trailer shit. People be thinking I'm bullshit when I'm like, oh, I'm going across town. People like, oh, you bullshit. You always say you go across town. Nah, nigga, I gotta go across town. But yeah, ain't nothing to it, man. I was just sharing what the fuck I was doing. Maybe that would inspire somebody to go ahead and get that. Cause then too, that's right around the time I lost my job when I got the but I was still on my 9-to-5 mode because I was a fleet mechanic and I was doing deliveries for the courier service. So that shit was getting crazy. On my way to work, I got into that accident, and it just got to the point where it was like, they don't even got no whip. But because it was old girl fault, man, her insurance, I think she had State Farm, her insurance company gave me the money the next day. I'm talking, I ain't never got money that fast from an accident. Like this shit happened at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. The next day, like around 1 o'clock, they was like, yeah, we sending out the check. We done spoke to all parties involved. We sending out the check. Yeah, had sent the pictures in on that bullshit on the little app thing. Sent the pictures. They was like, yeah, I was like, ain't y'all gonna send an adjuster out? Don't y'all send somebody out? Cause that's how they did on the other one. I was like, ain't y'all gonna send the adjuster out? Cause on my old Jeep, that shit was a process. Dude came, he came out there with the clipboard. He showed up physically to the crib with the clipboard. And man, this time my last accident, they was like, yeah, we sending the check. You should expect something tomorrow, the next day. Oh, that's how that shit. I took that money, I put that shit right back. I put that shit into a pickup truck. I was like, man, I ain't doing this. Nah, no more Jeep shit for me. I gotta grow up. I gotta do something else. I'm sick of Jeeps. That was my 3rd Jeep. And I fucking love Jeeps too. I was like, I gotta do something else, and I'm glad I did. That's that growth and development shit I be talking about. she talking. But yeah, that's that growth and development shit I'm talking about. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna get a pickup truck, because in the back of my mind, I'm like, I remember, because I know I'm having issues with my job, and I got fired. And in the back of my mind, I remember, because I had Smitty with the F-150. I done told y'all about Smitty. He had the pickup truck. And I used to ride around with him doing tree work. And he used to pay me like $100 a day. And I was young working with him too, so $100 a day was a lot of fucking money to me. And I remember that shit, and I was like, see, this why I say it's good to have good male role models in your life. A father figure, not a father, he wasn't a father figure, but he was. But I had a mentor, I had Smitty with the F-150, I had a father, it was a lot of men in my life that was like, nah, I ain't right here. Like some people, you know, like some people, they take money from an accident and go buy a Nissan Altima. But because I had that experience, and I was young, and I grew up with this man, and he was showing me how to work with my hands and make money. He used to make money because was a black Mexican before Mexicans were even in the area like that. So I remembered that shit, and that's what really made me was like, yo, I'm getting a pickup truck, because I'm trying to get on that type of time. And that's what the fuck I did. From junk removal to tree work, all that shit. Why the fuck am I talking like I'm successful or something? I'm broke as fuck. Y'all give me money, man. The fuck, that's why I'm live streaming to ask y'all for money. Fuck am I going on about? Man, two, y'all climb on in, man. Climb on. I'm surrounded by robins. Look, yeah. Look, and he looking at him. And there's 3 of them over there. Where the fuck were you guys all winter? The Blue Jays were here. He ain't even fly away. He just power walk. He was like, get away from me, guy. No wonder State Farm wanted to charge me $300 a month. No, the reason they hurried up and gave me that money like that was because they wanted to pay me and had me sign the paper so I couldn't sue again if I had an injury from that accident later down the road, because it was her fault type shit. So if they feel like if State Farm know that one of they own is at fault, and they even think that you going to the hospital or you one of my ribs is missing, or they think they gonna hurry up, they be like, look at 30,000, sign here. They gonna hurry up with it. But I was broke as shit, and I was traumatized, so I didn't want to take it to court, and I wasn't. And some people got the mindset to get more money. I'm not one of those people. Like, I feel like that's a waste of time, and then that's a good way to really lose your fucking job. And then what the fuck you gonna do? All that time you gotta spend in the courtroom fighting something, or to prove that. And then you actually gotta go to the doctors too. You got a doctor gotta sign off. You gotta go through the physical therapy. That means time off from work. And man, fuck no. I'm like, man, I just take the money. I just took the payout. If they think like, but you fuck though. Like if you short of breath ever since the accident and you done signed the paper and took the money, you can't sue. Ain't nothing else you can do. That the case closed. The case closed. Like you gotta take it up right there if you want to make money. Like the payout was like, what I get? They gave me $5,000 for that accident. If I had took it to court, I probably could have got like 30, 40,000, maybe more. But I would have definitely, uh, but my time would have been wrapped up with physical therapy and acting like I'm all fucked up and hurt, and I just don't be playing like that. But yeah, I definitely could have got more money out of them. Yeah, man, $100 a day is more than I had made before. Man, $100 a day is a lot. I remember back in the day I was 19, but back in 2009, and I heard about the homie working for waste management, and they tell you waste management paid $100 a day. I'm like, damn, that's $500 a week. Um, that's a lot of fucking money. The hell yeah, that was a lot of fucking money. You gonna be up at the ass crack of dawn though. Your ass gonna be up at like 4 o'clock, and you gotta get there. Yeah, I thought that was a lot of money. Shit, $100 a day still is a lot of money. You just gotta put some perspective on it. It depends on how you living. Um, it just depends on how you living and your habits and your vices. That's all. But 100, you can still make it work. $100 a day, 5 days a week, and it also depends on where you live. But it's like I was talking when I was doing work for the guy who owned the tree service, and he wanted me to come work for him. I remember we were talking. He was like, man, because he got out of prison too. He had a prison story. He was in VA, DOC, all that shit. Met a good woman, had a kid, and like he got his shit together. He got a tree service now. He got like 3 bobcats in the front yard, all types of shit. Got a house out there in Haymarket. And he was talking to me. He was like, man, look, as long as you make $250 a day, that's a good day. And I remember sitting there thinking like, okay. The whole time I'm charging him $100 an hour to operate the log splitter so he can sell a firewood on the side. Them Blasians though. Them Wasians though. Shout out to the Wasians. I don't know, what do you call the white and Asian people, mixed people? What the fuck, the Wasians? I don't know what the fuck you call. With the Blasians, the black and Asian offspring. Fucking good looking people though. I ain't even gonna hold like good. Like you seen. And you ever met a woman, she's like, oh my, and she got a parent that's Asian, and like her dad or her mom was black or some shit. I'm like, damn, girl, you was like, shit. Yeah, you gonna see a lot of that in Virginia. This is conversation for behind the paywall. Yes. Were you hurt in that accident? You damn right I was hurt emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I was traumatized. I was traumatized. No bullshit. I was trying to figure out how in the fuck did I get hit here and end up here. Bro, when I got out I opened the door, the airbag deployed. Okay, all right, that's what's up. All right, so you want to start something? I got out the whip, and look, I took that shit personal. I felt like this bitch attacked me for real. I was like, yo, Waking with JP sent you, didn't he? She had the Waking with JP bumper still. I was like, man, no, fuck no. Then she got out. It was people were like, fuck me. I got out nothing. Man, when this bitch got out, it was like 2 Africans. It was, hey, excuse me, man, some random white guy. I don't know where the fuck these bystanders came from, where the fuck these pedestrians came from. But she was flocked by like 5 pedestrians catering to her every need. She was just like, oh, she had her hand on her, oh, and I was sitting over there like, yo, where the fuck my entourage at? No one give a fuck if I'm all right. Oh, I got the black Jeep, so I'm automatically at fault or something? Yeah, I had a black Jeep. But yeah, no one gave a fuck about, hell yeah, I was hurt. That airbag smacked the shit out of me. Fuck that airbag. What else? And I probably would have been injured if I was wearing my seatbelt. I don't wear seatbelts, but I hit the bitch going like 40. And the reason I say I hit her because it was traffic. It was heavy traffic. I was in this lane because it was going. But on this side, you can cut across to get, because that she worked right there. So it was traffic. It was an opening, but I was still going. You supposed to nose your way out to see if anybody coming. You supposed to, because there's cars all here, all there, but this lane free, you supposed to, before you just, man, she just shot out of there. She shot out of there like a deer on crystal meth. And I hit that bitch, BAM! It turned her ass the fuck around, sent her flying back the direction from whence she came. And my ass was like 1 inch away from the gate on that property. They was like, yo, if you would have hit our gate, if your Jeep would have touched our gate, we would have sued. I was like this close away from hitting that gate. My bumper was like this. But it ain't touched. They was like, I ain't done no property damage, no nothing. But yeah, I was hurt. Spiritually. I was exhausted mentally. But I believe I would have been hurt physically if I had my seatbelt on. A lot of people hit you, oh, the seatbelt, it saved my life. Man, fuck all that. Not wearing the seatbelt saved my chest. My chest was saved. Ain't no fucking way you hit that bit and that bit, boom. That shit gonna smack your ass back so fuck. That shit gonna whip. You be like, let it whip. Hell no. But yeah, so I wasn't hurt. I only got $4,000 for the accident I got in. Man, I took that money and I invested that shit ASAP. That was getting that clapped out Chevy Silverado was the best, one of the best investments outside of my log splitter, my gator, and my trailer. I had plenty good investments. I just make good choices financially speaking. I don't know what it is. I've always been good with money. Most I made from my last 9 to 5, I was making about $82 a day. Yeah, after it probably was more, but that's probably after they garnish your shit for whatever court fines or child support or alimony or something. There's always some shit. Taxes, they take out some shit of taxes. So you got this thing where you could pay Uncle Sam quarterly, so it don't all hit April 15th. It don't all hit at the end of the year. You can pay them quarterly, so it's not a large lump sum. If you got an agreement with your employer where they not taking out taxes for it. But yeah, health insurance, they taking out some shit. Health insurance, taxes. By the time you get finished and you look at what the fuck you make a day, you like, man, shit, I make $75 a day. The fuck, I'm at work 8 hours a day and make $75. What type of shit is this? That shit can be downright, that shit is insulting. You're like, yo, I'm a grown man, son. Let me tell you, then they, you got the job, they got the 401k shit. For real, the best, like, if you salary, you probably don't even feel that way, but if you salary, man, that shit come with its own set of problems, because it's like, you can stay there overtime, but it's like, you already got this set payment, this it. Nigga, that shit salary. People like, hell yeah, I'm salary. Niggas out there making, getting paid every week or every 2 weeks, and they press because they making like, they like, yeah, I'm 2,000 every 2 weeks, so they like, I'm making 4,000 a month, and then they be the fuck at work all day. You be like, damn, bitch, you go home. You like, can't. You be like, yo, overtime. You salary. Or you got a heavy workload, your workload heavier than it was last week, and you struggling like shit. Shit crazy. That hourly shit, that shit good. That shit for part-time, hourly, and in most companies they try to do this shit anyways, so they don't got do the insurance thing, offer the health insurance or some shit like that. But well, it depends on where you work too. But man, some jobs, the market is just hard. It really is. That's why I like providing a service for people. I like doing it directly. I don't want to work under the guy that's providing the service. I would like to do that myself, if at all possible. So if you're a mechanic and you work at the dealer, a garage, the shop, uh, you work for AAA, you work for roadside assistance, you're offering a service. It's just under this company. You're under the umbrella of a company doing it. But when you lose that umbrella and you do it for yourself, that's when you start making money. But that's when you start taking more risks, because now you don't got nobody to fall back on if they sue you. Like if you a delivery driver, like say you work for Amazon, and you not hit somebody, but yeah, you hit somebody, man, they gonna try to sue Amazon. They ain't gonna sue you. You may end up paying a little bit off the top, like right here, and you may get fired, lose your job. But if that's your name on that truck and you got your business offering that service, delivering goods to people, and you fuck around and get some weird shit happen, cuz that's your ass. That's on you. So now you paying insurance. You got your LLCs or whatever the fuck it is you got. You got the business insurance or whatever, and that shit is just you directly. There's no fall guy. It's just you. You have no liability shield, no nothing. That's why a lot of people like working for companies and corporations, because they do provide a level of security and a buffer between the bullshit. And you obviously suffer brain damage. You talking to me? Man, you probably right. I did suffer brain damage. I told y'all I'm a crack baby. Born in the 80s, crack baby. Couldn't get it out the street. Guess who raised me? My parents. My adoptive parents. Right? That was young Dolph. I wasn't born in the 80s. I don't get out of bed for less than $200 a day. That must be nice. Oh, hey there, Les. Hi. How's it going? Me? Oh, me? I'm doing good. You already know what time I'm on. Chicken wing, hot dogs and bologna, steak and macaroni, just kicking it with the homie, just kicking it. But if you don't, if you don't work, if you make a certain amount of money, you never want to go down. So that's why sometimes people are like, oh, you arrogant. I'm trying to get every dollar, but they like, yo, I'm not getting out of bed unless it's 300 or better. It's like, cause once you done got a taste of it, that's how they do people. Once you got a taste of more money, this shit, you don't want to work down. You don't want to go back. Sometimes you gotta double back. Sometimes you gotta circle back. Just to be able to get right back there. Sometimes you gotta start all over again. But man, if once you used to making like $5,000, $10,000 a month, you don't want to fucking go back to working at Lowe's. That shit'll get you. That shit'll get you. Especially like YouTubers. Man, they not trying like that. Why they people like, oh, why you saying that? Or why do YouTube? Y'all want to know why YouTubers do certain shit? You know how much money they making on YouTube, son? Man, they gonna try to protect the bag, nigga. That's a bag of cash. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? They got family. They like, man, your dad. I remember when you were working at Chick-fil-A and you was making $12.50. Now this nigga making $8,000 a month. Nigga not going back to $12.50 if he can help it. He gonna censor himself. He gonna spend that bullshit to you. He gonna claim to be a truther but tell you lies. He gonna claim to do this, claim to do that. He gonna grift you. Yeah, man, that would come with it. That's how the game go. That's how the game go. That's why people. That's why when you got when you got Christian folk talking to OnlyFans girl, they be like, "Why you gotta do that? Jesus love you." They like, man, shit. Man, I was making $8.50 working at a fucking Waffle House, and now I can take my socks and I can take my shoes and socks off, and immediately make $300,000 a month. Fuck you think they gonna do? They gonna try to 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, they gonna be like, man, shit. Man, that word ain't gonna penetrate down. That's why I said it's easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the gates of heaven, man. That shit real, man. It's just poor people never really been through nothing to really turn that shit down, but people want to know why certain people doing different things, why they gotta be grifting, or why they gotta be doing pornos, or why they doing OnlyFans, or why he up there lying. Man, you know how much money in that shit? You look at Reverend Al Sharpton, why he solidified the divide between people. Man, you know how much money comes with that shit? Shit, money. Why they do? But why is it unchecked immigration into my white country? Money. Them white boys making money at the top. You just poor, and you not gonna make no money from it. But the white boys running your country, they gonna make that money. It's the Jews people fault, and who got the money? I ain't there. It's money. It's money. It's money for this people right here, and above this people where it's all about money, above them is the people where it's all about power and control. And that's how that shit work. And then under the people, you got the top, it's all about power and control. And under them, it's all about the money. I gotta get this money. I need more money. And then under them is poor people. Poor people complaining. Poor people wanting to know why it just seems like neither party wants to do anything about illegal immigrants. Why can't we keep them up? Poor people wanting to know why the media is trying to mind control people. Poor people wanting to know why the just poor people wanting to know why. Nice hands, Mr. BG. Thank you. Who said that? Liz, you always you just like Liz, stop playing with me. Really, Liz, don't do that. Don't. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, don't keep complimenting me like that, cause I be blushing. I be blushing. Don't do that. Vox's backyard actually explains why all the Amy videos are still up. I have no idea about that nigga backyard. Hitting the airbag is crazy. Man, what's crazier is hitting that seatbelt. That seatbelt going tighten on your head, choke the fuck out you. Take the wind out your shit. Feel like your father hit you in your chest. As soon as you feel that impact, that airbag, you gonna get a double whammy. You gonna get hit with the airbag, pow! Then that seatbelt going, you gonna go forward. That seatbelt like, nah, nigga. You and that junk fucked up. That's what I just told my Blue Jay heard me do it. My Blue Jay know what's good. I told him. That shit gonna hit you just like that. You can make more money selling fentanyl out of a tent. I don't want drug money. I was watching BMF on Hulu, the BMF series on Big Meech. Shout out to Big Meech's son. That's like rare when your son plays you in a docu-series. That's rare. Except I think Ice Cube's son played him in the NWA biopic. But still, that's rare. So I think he's doing a good job. But I could never do that. That's why I just gangbang. I ain't worried about selling drugs. I was just there for the brotherhood, the fights, banging on people, extortion, all that selling drugs. Man, drug dealers got it bad. I'm not a fan of drug dealers neither, but damn, cuz you gotta watch out for other drug dealers. And then you constantly checking yourself. You gotta check. I mean, I do the same shit too. It's just in me. Like, you just not gonna be operating my gate. You not gonna sneak up on me and serve me anything. I look. But yeah, man, man, that drug game crazy, man. Then the cops, my goodness, my system ain't built for all that stress. I just can't be worried about the cops. That shit is too fucking much for me, son. Like, worried about the cops on that level, where it's like not even the cops on some state shit, nigga, the feds watching. You don't know you on your phone, you gotta get a new phone every fucking day. I'm talking about like you moving weight. Cause your phone, when they tap your fucking phone, this ain't the 80s no more neither. Like when y'all watching Big Meech and them, and all these Griselda Blanco, and all these drug shows and narcos on Amazon, Netflix Prime, all that bullshit. This shit was before the 90s. These niggas, except the Rayful Edmond, he was getting it cracking in DC in the 90s, but man, that shit not popping in 2000s like that, unless, bro, if you popping like that in the 2010s, 2020s, you a CIA asset. There's too much intelligence out here. Man, they not playing with you out here. That shit is not happening. If you out here selling big weight today and you moving cocaine from over here to over there, all up and down the interstate on some Rick Ross shit, you work for them boys. Like, you been greenlit, and they gonna dump your ass when they done with you, or when you get yourself jammed up, they gonna dump you. But man, other than that, ain't no fucking way. You see little street niggas, they out here selling, they ain't selling like pounds of weed and shit. They said like 15 pounds, like they got fentanyl, like the little bullshit going on. But them niggas really not making money like talking about. The homie tribe. Shout out to the homie tribe. My first job was $3.25 an hour. That's what's up. Let me hold that T37 bit. And speaking of T37 bit, I'm glad you remind me because I need to go ahead and pick up a T30 socket to go ahead and put in my set. I don't know where the fuck my T30 socket is at, but I need to go ahead and I think I need a T27 too. Oh yeah, neat and tidy. Yep, got a little baby wood wall over there. Oh, I just picked up some hickory rounds yesterday too, so I got some hickory rounds over there. Come on, let's take a look. I got some white oak and hickory. I think I might have a. I'm thinking about doing a hickory wood wall, cause y'all know this is straight oak, only oak, and my northern wood wall is gonna be oak. But I might do. And these my little rounds right here. I got some of it's hickory. A lot of the bigger pieces are oak, but the hickory is just gonna be for cooking wood. That hickory right there. So I picked that up yesterday. But this where my auxiliary wood wall was last year this time. I think I might do all that hickory. And then uh, my eastern wood wall is gonna be oak again. But yeah, I'm gonna have 3 oak walls and 1 auxiliary hickory wall. Low morals. I don't know if you talking about the OnlyFans thing, but sometimes you trying to reach people, and that shit is just impossible to reach them. Um, they just need a life-changing experience, one, and when that shit happen, they just need. Mm-hmm. Sometimes talking to people don't do it. You can tell somebody, that, oh, that's bad right there, all fucking day. It's just like all these drug shows you watch. The parents always like, I don't like you doing it. I don't want to get out of my house. Like, man, they like, oh, I'm making money. They pulling on stack, man. You not learn that shit. Some people just gotta learn by, cause you out in the world moving too fast. Sometimes you just gotta sit still a little bit and get your shit together. Or sometimes, man, I don't know. Who's specifically speaking about an OnlyFans girl? I guess sometimes you just gotta catch genital, warts before you just like, yo, you know what? I think I would just go here and chill out and be a teacher again. And I remember the story. The one teacher, she quit teaching. No, the school district fired her because they found her OnlyFans. And people were like, how the fuck they find her OnlyFans? But she had an OnlyFans account. They found it. They was like, oh, that's Miss Mockernut right there. Look, come look at her. And they was sharing the shit. And the superintendent found the shit, and they fired her. And she gave a statement. She was like, and then that opened up the discussion on whether or not your off duty, not off duty, but whether or not your activity out of work should be policed by it was some stupid shit like that. And that's when I was like, yeah, I mean, like if I had a child whose teacher was a porn star in her off time, it was like, yo, would you? Well, I was like, not really. No. Like when you think about it, no, but it's like, but they off, they not at work, they not teaching your kid that. It's like, you can find that, it shit just, this shit just opened up and people were talking about this shit. But I was like, man, that shit weird. This shit weird as fuck. Like she on OnlyFans and it ain't shit for teenagers to go and just click on some shit and they be like, oh shit, Miss Holmberg. and she's sitting there with beads in her ass, and then you gotta go back to school, and then you sitting there and you're just like, oh shit. Like, imagine going to school the next day after seeing Miss Holmberg on OnlyFans, and you get in trouble or something, and she wants you to come here. You want you to come to the front of the class and shit, so she could browbeat you and shit. Come here. They be like, that's what you told the guy in that one video. They're like, oh, this shit is just, man, it's a shit show. But when people making money, they don't care. They like, you think Bill Gates give a fuck about what you think? No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He gonna try to blot out the sun. You know how many niggas don't want the sun blotted out? But do you know Bill Gates does not give a fuck? He don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about the opinions of poor people for real. they really. They're like, nah, we gonna get these vaccines cracking. Lorton was the best prison ever. Man, they took that shit down, man. Lorton, Virginia, that's what they used to send everybody before, because now DC, they send you anywhere. Because all your charges you catch in DC federal. But back in the day, like you caught a body or drugs or anything where you had to do time, everybody in DC got sent to Lorton. And that was in Virginia, so you was home, but that shit was fucked up. That was one of the most, that shit was crazy. Chuck Brown was in Lorton Penitentiary. That shit was crazy. BG probably a Prince Hall alumni. Man, hell no, didn't I tell y'all I'm done with gangs? No, I don't do gangs, man. I'll join the Crips again before I join a Freemasonic lodge. Like, hell no, I'll just start cripping. I'm playing Judge Billows. Don't fucking do that. I ain't no Crip. We were out here faking anyway. We went on that bullshit. He was out here saying, yeah, I'll start cripping before I do that Masonic shit. Can we talk about Hollywood ruining Bob Marley with this biopic? I didn't see it. But from what I heard, everybody said he did a good job. The actor that played Bob Marley did a good job. And then it was two of his sons on the executive producer team. So I think Rohan Marley and Damian Marley was on the, so I just chalked it up to being good, but I'm not into Bob Marley like that, so it's not something I would want to check out. Mine was $5.25. Y'all got paid low as fuck. My lowest paying job when I got out, I worked at the car wash and I was making $8.50 an hour. Like, y'all wild. One guy, where he go? He said his lowest paying job was $3.25 an hour. I'm like, how old are you? This nigga's old. My lowest paying job was $3.25 an hour. I'm like, nigga, you are a depression baby. That's the generation before the boomers. And you a straight depression baby with those wages. You either a depression baby or you're a waitress or a waiter somewhere. I had I had a porn star English teacher in high school. How the fuck? Okay, cool. They going in back there. That's the Mockingjay. You hear him doing different bird calls, but that's one bird. That's all one bird. He just sit up there spazzing out like that. He got a Rolodex of calls. Like, he could do every call. He could do he just did the tufted titmice call. That was the yellow finch call he just did. Man, they do it all. That one bird will sound like any bird you tell it. It can sound like anything. Severe duty. I am a Freemason. Man, fuck all that shit. I'd rather be 8 dudes straight G-Stone gangster Crip out there in New York or whatever. I'd rather bang with them niggas out there in New York. Nigga just cripping on that block because it's close to Haji's Bodega. And Haji's is the birthplace of the chopped cheese. I can hear him right now doing the street interview. Why are you cripping, cuz? Like, shit, so that I can go to this Haji's Bodega and get a chopped cheese unbothered. Yeah, because this is where all the Crips hang out at. I'm trying to get a good chopped cheese. They got the best chopped cheese on the floor. Too many niggas hanging out front with rags in their pocket. Hell yeah, I'm cripping now. I could just go in there and order my shit. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. I'm behind like shit on the chat, man. I'm 10 years older than you though, BG. Oh, I thought you were older than that. I don't know why I'm thinking you older than that. I'm thinking you like 50 or something. It's like, I don't know why they just do that. They'll just do it and just for no, I don't know. I don't know what the goal, I don't know if it's to attract a mate. I don't know. I was watching Eater and some Mexican had a chopped cheese truck. Looked good. Damn, a Mexican with the chopped cheese though? That's what's up. New York City is a prison now. Oh, I'm blue pilled on all that. Last time I tapped in with what was going on in New York City, they was talking about unlimited immigration and the illegals every fucking where. And how they need to house them motherfuckers. But I don't know what else, I don't know what's going on with none of that shit. All I know is New York is New York. If you a foreigner, or you like when I say foreign, like you from Europe or Africa or Asia or South of, when you think of America, you either think of one or two places. You think of New York City and LA. And New York City was just, yeah, because all the foreigner, everybody, they seen it in all the movies. All of them, like they remember watching Home Alone, and when he went to New York, that when he seen Donald Trump in the Trump time, he was just like, whoa, going all around. All the movies that take place in New York or out in LA, so that's like one of the first things people think about. They think, man, this shit New York City or LA. Kroger almost didn't hire me because I had 15 years electrical experience. I wouldn't have hired your ass. Let me have been the hiring manager out there at Kroger. What the fuck I look like giving you orders and you got more experience than me, doing more important shit than me? Hell no, I feel conflicted. I'd be like, look, man, you don't got the job. We went ahead, hired somebody else, but we'll keep your contact info just in case down the road somebody quit or yeah, something like that. Something weird that'll happen that will never happen. That's why a lot of people sometimes it be like overqualified people filling out applications and shit, and um they be like, yeah, CEO of Verizon technical services for 34 plus years on a job application for Chick-fil-A. They be like, nigga. They be like, really? We're not hiring you. We want the retarded kid that we could boss around. How the fuck you just gonna show up with Kroger with all that fucking experience? Instead, put the Kroger application, previous jobs. I ran the world for 15 years, and then now I need a job here at Kroger. Hire me. Like, absolutely not. How the fuck I'm gonna tell somebody that was running the world for 15 years to go out there and collect them shopping carts? BG, why does some brotherhoods practice same sex magic? I don't fucking know. Do I look like I have the answers? Eddie B, come here. Yo, Barricade Rod, why do some brothers practice same sex magic? I don't fucking know. Cause I don't even fucking know. I don't know nothing about anybody and why they would want to practice same sex magic. I don't even believe in magic or same-sex sex. Type of shit is that? That's a double negative for me. What you read up on Aleister Crowley, gay ass? He was just a homosexual. Aleister Crowley was just a homosexual. People's like, he was the evilest man that ever lived. Nah, he was one of the gayest men that ever lived. He just tried to validate his homosexuality, talking about, because I'm experimenting with magic and dark arts. Nah, nigga, but he gay as fuck. He ain't know nothing about none of this shit. It was just gay as fuck. He needed an excuse to be gay, and that shit sounded intellectual. It's magic. Nah, nigga, you just a Fruit Loop, cuz. Like, look at your hat. Nigga wore that dumbass hat. Look at you. People just gay as fuck. Talking about I'm just fine. I'm gonna find. I have no fucking clue. I broke my toe 2 weeks ago. Oh, bless your heart. Okay, what else we got? Same in restaurants. They don't want experience. They want someone that is trainable and doesn't know their worth. Not someone that doesn't know their worth, but someone more malleable. Because you come in there with all that experience, working experience, and people like, yo, I'm qualified. Why I don't get hired? You've been a mechanic for 34 plus years and you fill out a job application at AutoZone or Van. You like, why I don't get hired? Because those people, they hire people that they can, there's levels to this shit. You got to be that. That's why when you go to McDonald's, especially like shit like that, like you see older women, older Spanish women in McDonald's, cause so they can boss their ass around, y'all. Like you're not gonna do that to somebody who has experience. It's levels to this shit. Like that's one thing I wish I would have learned filling out job applications when I was younger, talking about I got experience doing this. Sometimes they want somebody in previous work history to be like nothing. But you've been taught, you be like, oh, that shit not gonna look good. They want to know you done did this, like a resume. Like they don't want a fucking resume or something. They just, yo, no, what are you doing? No. This ain't LinkedIn. There's some jobs they want a resume. Yes, you got to be experienced. Like if you're gonna be COO or work in finance, some shit like that. Yeah, man, they gonna want to know previous work history. But man, y'all be doing shit like Kroger, like Safeway. Like you gonna be out there collecting shopping carts. Don't tell them you were an airplane technician for 2 years, graduated, got your MBA, got a degree in business, got another degree in running the world, got another degree in science and radio technology. No, man, they gonna be like, oh fuck no, get him out of here. Next, and they gonna hire the retarded boy with the pimples all over his face. And you be like, how come they hire me? Nigga, that why, nigga? It's like at that point you need to start your own fucking business. That's why I wouldn't hire you. If I was the fucking, I wouldn't hire me. I'm not mad at that boy for not hiring me at Advance Auto when I applied. Because I had some shit of experience and I would have knew what the fuck I was talking about in there. You wouldn't have been able to just and fuck around with my hours and shit. And it's just like, man, when you see potential in somebody, you be like, nah, I can't hire you. You be like, well, why? I need a job. I'm like, yo, this previous work history experience you have, nigga, you need to start a fucking business your fucking self. Why the fuck do you want to come work for me? It'd be one of those things. Some of y'all got outstanding work history and just be wanting to work for other people. Nah, nigga, we're not hiring no more. You be like, you got to now hire and sign out front. Nope, we're not hiring. You need to go in business for your fucking self. Crowley was a man. Crowley was a faggot, a Fruit Loop of the lowest order. That's it. People are obsessed with Crowley. The 666, the beast man himself with his dumbass photo doing this shit with 2 hands and shit. Like, that nigga was a faggot. No. You don't take people like him serious. Have you read about that nigga? You don't take people like him seriously? People be reading his book and be using him as a measurement for how evil people are today, and the queen, the crown, the Queen of England is evil because she descended from. I'm like, man, that bitch easy. The bitch evil. Ain't nothing to do with Crowley. The Queen of England is evil because she is the great granddaughter of Aleister Crowley. These be the same niggas that sit up there and be like, Owen can't be gay because his dad was gay. Be like, well, when it comes to the Queen of England, that bitch is evil because of him, who she come from. But when it's this nigga, oh, he can't possibly be a faggot like his dad, though. Nah, man, people just be doing, man, they're just people. I'm not impressed with nobody in hit that was on some wild, weird summoning demon shit. Them niggas is fake as fuck. No power in they fucking bone. No power. Them can't do shit. They dead as hell. Where Aleister Crowley at now? Dead as fuck. That boy dead. Really dead. Fuck out of here. People really be scared of people like they like they really gonna summon legions on your ass or something. Nah, man. Dang, it's almost 8 years this September since I've been working with my husband. That's what's up, little old man. I like that. Like husband, wife, teams. They be working together. Like the husband start a business, employ the wife. Oftentimes she be answering phones. Like when I was down in Fredericksburg, there's a lot of shops out there, like diesel shops, where the guy, like you go in there, you talk to old girl behind the desk to get your shit, and her husband run the place like that. I like that. Like she answer the phones type shit. Like I like this type of shit. Placing orders, all types of shit. I see those couples all the time. Be like, yo, y'all are adorable. It's just adorable. It's just, can you do a bonfire stream soon? I don't see me doing one in the near future, but maybe is possible. I got a spare tire for the bad boy Maverick mower too. She bitch came with a spare tire on that bitch. I got a seat. Get that bead seated on there. That'd be good to go. Or maybe just keep the I forget the story behind it, but those the big bite tires. EG has the best Crip walk ever. Shit, I don't dance. I don't really dance like that. I just two step. I don't got crazy feet like talking about. That shit took over. I remember like the whole Crip walk thing back in the 90s took over. Had people doing this shit. Like Lil Bow Wow used to do this shit. And he'd tell the story. He was like, yeah, Snoop had to snatch him up because he was doing that shit. Cause Cuz was doing a two-step and he was out there, he was crossing out B's with his feet. And he snatched the homie up, was like, nah, I don't even do this shit. But it looks slick though when you see it. People doing that shit looks slick. Unless somebody just doing a little side to side, but man, you go into certain hoods, like I had a homie in prison, he really did that shit. My goodness. But he was just super disrespectful. Crossing out N's, O's, B's, all types of shit. He doing all that shit with his feet. That shit was crazy. Bro, you know when Sade come on, you be shaking that ass in the truck. Sade, you don't shake your ass to Sade. You vibe. That's not something you dance to. Like you vibe to Sade. That's not dance music. That's just it's perfect music. It's just so heavenly. It's you think you're in deep. You're just. It's like being high without being high. You don't fucking dance to Sade. Oh, I mean, when Paradise come on, you might. You don't do that. That's why when you was growing up and Sade came on, your mom started cleaning. Cause it's not you can't dance to it. You just gotta vibe with it. And for some women that means clean. Sade is perfect cleaning music. Bloods don't have a walk. They do. They call it like bead stomping. The shit is just fucking sounds stupid as fuck. But they do. Good. Bloods do everything Crips do. Crips did it first. Crips started Cripping first. Crips was the first gang. Crips was the gang. And I mean, you had the Avenues and the Avalon and the Babies and the Baby Cribs and all that shit. But man, before it was Bloods, before like T. Roger came over there, like you had Brims, but they was just Brims. They weren't on no shit like that. Like you had like where that shit started in LA, like on Figueroa, you had like certain crews, but they weren't doing nothing. And then when Crip started cripping and flexing, then like smaller gangs, just like smaller neighborhoods, like wanted to unify like how the Crips did. Because the Crips was on some east side, west side shit. And it was just a force to be reckoned with. And then the Bloods and they was all out there, and then like T. Rogers from the Peace Town, when he had Inglewood, he helped them niggas get their shit together. But then like the Pyrus, they was a Crip set, and Tookie and Buddha went down there to put them niggas on personally. Like the whole hood, like Pyru Street, all of the neighborhoods, all Pyru Street down there in Compton, and shit went south real quick at a house party. They was supposed to be celebrating the new alliance and shit like that. It was supposed to be the Pyru Crips. They was the Pyru Street boys at first, and then. Man, words were exchanged. The nigga Buddha, the nigga with the blue rag, that's where Crips get the blue rag from. Cause Buddha, that was Tookie Williams, homie. But Buddha was crazy as hell. He always wore a blue rag in his pocket. Like that was that nigga color for no one knows. He just had the blue bandana in his shit. And nobody else was doing that shit. It was just Buddha doing the shit. But yeah, Buddha got into it with one of them niggas. Whap. Next thing you know, Tookie said he was talking to Puddin, Pyru Puddin, and Tam. And next thing you know, some Pyrus come out the house, and Buddha and his homie Monkey Man and all them, and the Crip niggas came out, and they getting into it, and one of Puddin homies was woofing at Buddha and was on some shit, and then man, that nigga Buddha was crazy as fuck. Fucked up that whole alliance, whatever the fuck it is, what happened in there. Tookie was talking about that shit. That shit was crazy. And then they was like, man, fuck y'all. And then the Pyru Street boy, that was the shortest gang alliance in history. The Pyrus. But then the Bloods got started up. Some Bloods Some Pyrus got absorbed into the Bloods, but a lot of the older Pyrus, they just Pyrus. And they just got the burgundy shit going on with them. They ain't on no blood shit. They just Pyrus. But then you're going to have some Pyrus, they going to be screaming Suwu and Blood Gang. And you're going to have the ones that's just like, nah, we just Pyrus. So, however it is they want to do it, that's how they did it. Then when Buddha died, I forget what the fuck happened to him, but as crazy as that nigga was, it was only a matter of time before he got shot the fuck up. Everybody, just because he used to wear the suspenders, Buddha used to wear the suspenders and had the blue rag hanging out his pocket, and they said in honor of Buddha, that's how all the Crip homies went to the funeral for Buddha. It showed up with the blue bandana, just like Buddha. And then Tookie was like, from that day, that's when Crips were associated with the color blue, and that's when a lot of Crips started wearing blue and wearing a blue bandana. But before that, Crips didn't have a color. That was all because of one Crip. What the fuck is Pyrus? Nah, Pyru. Piru. It's a gang and it's LA. It's in Compton. The Pyru, it was a gang. BG, did Jim Bob send you a pair of his worn jorts? Nope. Why the fuck would he send me jorts? Didn't the Bloods and Crips come out the Black Panthers party? No. All that shit false. Nah, the Crips came first, and it was just it was Cribs. This shit started with Raymond Washington. Tookie just became the face of it because he was the biggest motherfucker, and he was really knocking niggas out. Like, cuz showed up to... I read the book on this shit. Fuck you, man. I had homies that just really from out there that was... Like, they'd get you straight on some shit. But, yeah, because was not the full trade gangster Crips, but on the east side. Because Tookie was from the west side. Raymond was from the east side. And on the east side, it was more projects. But on the west side, it was more like suburbia, like neighborhoods. But, man, Raymond Washington, he was just on some... Cause he had I think he had a brother and they were the Avenue boys. So he couldn't join the Avenue. So Raymond Washington said, shit, him and his buddies, it was like, we gonna do our own thing. So they called themselves the Baby Avenues. And people called them the Cribs. They just called them Cribs. Cause it was like they baby as hell. Running out there on some baby shit with it. On some baby gangsters. So they was just called the Cribs. And that was before Tookie entered the equation. But, yeah, they was just called the Cribs. It's just that shit it's just, Crip was just a mispronunciation. It was a mistake that people ran with. And people put the P in there and it was Crip. But it was Crip. It wasn't because people used to walk around with canes and with cripple. It's not short for cripples, not none of that stupid shit. And then too, a lot of them, they was getting drunk at house parties and Crip, and people was hearing it wrong, and Crip just became a thing. It just became a running thing, and then you can't do nothing about it once it take hold. Then they ended up in the paper Cause one of the Crip homies, they did something wild and ended up in the paper. And in the paper, it was like the Crips. And once it's in the paper, that's that. I don't give a fuck. And people was like, nah, the Cribs, we Cribs. And nah, nigga, y'all Crips now. And then that's when Bulldog and Raymond Washington and his homies from the east side, they met with Tookie Williams and some of his homies, because Tookie, it was some neighborhood, it was some gangs, not gangs, these weren't gay, these were like neighborhood crews. It was some neighborhood crews that Tookie wasn't, because Tookie hated gangs. Or at least that's what he said. He said he hated gangs. He was never looking to join a gang. It was just, they was just trying to make, they was little niggas and they was trying to make an alliance to keep the other gangs off of them, off their back. So Raymond Washington approached them with that shit, like, man, this what I'm trying to do. This was, Tookie was like, all right. But yeah, it was never a thing where it came from the Black Panthers. It was just on Raymond Washington's side, probably. He was on some political shit, but nah, that shit was just straight gangbanging. That shit was, it wasn't a gang, it wasn't a gang. It was Crips, it was more, let's defend ourselves from them because of what they're doing. The avenues, not the avenue, but like spook hunters, all types of, like all types of shit that was going on. This shit was like back in '69. So it was a whole lot of other like neighborhood crews, and then you bring in the immigrant element, and then it was just like, man, get off our back type shit. And then just like everything, just like with the Dahomey tribe, how they came up from oppression and from that African tribe, then they grew to power and they started selling. They turned around and started selling Africans too. It was like, it was one of those things. It's like it started just defend themselves, and then they got big, and then they just started becoming bullies. The Crips became such a fucking problem and such a group of bullies that other neighborhood crews, that they was like, man, they calling meetings, trying to come together, like, man, they over there doing that. They gonna roll on us if we just out here dolo. And they gonna try, cause Tookie was on some get down or lay down shit, and Tookie will show up to your neighborhood, shirt off, shermed out, nigga, with the blasting Zap Roger with the just like, yo, where y'all homie at? On some shit. That's how he showed up to Imperial Courts. And he beat up they big homie. They the PJs now. They started cripping. Tookie pieced that nigga like everybody was scared of Tookie. He was on some get down, lay down shit. And he had a whole group behind him. But Tookie will fight you. On some one-on-one shit, on some man-to-man shit. Happened with the Avalons, Imperial Courts, Grape Street niggas, the Jordan Down projects, all on the east side, all on the west side with with the 60s, with the A, with them splintered off. And then that shit happened. Then it was just east side Crip and west side Crip on the east side of Los Angeles. And then when Tookie went to prison, when he went to jail, it was Buddha. Buddha was out there trying to hold the fort down for Tookie. He had a meeting with the Hoovers. Yeah, he had a meeting with the Hoovers. It was 4 Trey. It was like 4 Trey Hoover, 8 Trey Hoover, 10-7 Hoover. Like on these streets, all these different streets off of Hoover streets, like the longest street in Los Angeles. So Tookie met with them niggas. I forget what that nigga name was. That shit was weird. Like the big homie who on Hoover, and then the Hoovers got put. They started cripping. But yeah, when Tookie went to prison, he got locked up. Buddha was trying to run shit, but shit was just falling apart because the gang, it got so fucking big. It was people just stepping on each other's toes, and people just went back on their neighborhood shit. They was like, man, shit, well, y'all from over there, y'all do y'all, we gonna do us. So they was over here like the block crew. We Santana block. And they was over there like shit, man. We 60s. It was like we up here, we in the 80s then. They over there, they like shit, we Bud Lawn. They like shit, we schoolyard then. So everybody just reverted back to their streets and their own neighborhoods, but they kept Crip, and that's how sets entered the equation for Crips. And that's how that shit happened. But Tookie denounced all that shit in prison. And even still, he was trying to help. He was trying to steer people away from that shit in his older age, but yeah, that shit didn't work. And Raymond Washington, the founder of Crips, he got his head blown the fuck off. So the east side fell apart. And then Tookie got locked up. The west side fell apart. And then the Crips as a organization, a would-be organization, the gang, that shit just went to shit. And it just became a whole bunch of sets just started popping the fuck up. And it is what it is today. Now you got Crips. Now the Crip was just so fucking big. The Crip main rival is Crip. Like a lot of Crips and Bloods work together out there. Like you got bounty hunter Bloods. Like they ain't really on no type of time with Jordan Downs, but you got some PJ Crips. They get into it. Like you got Rolling 60 Crips. They gonna get into it with 8-Tray Crips. With 8-Tray Gangster Crips, the neighborhood Crips, then the whole gangster Crip card, then the neighborhood Crip cars. Like this shit just really. It fragmented and then split into even smaller fragments, and then those fragments formed alliances. Like you got the 4-pack over there with 4-Tray and them niggas. Then you got the Trays, the gangsters, the neighborhoods, the blocks. Then East Coast Crip. They just started East Coast. They just East Side, the East Coast, First Street East Coast Crip. And you got Mafia Crip, Fudge Town Mafia. Man, it's all that shit, man. That shit just went crazy. And then these niggas, they getting locked up and they getting in the feds. They going to other states. These niggas running from charges, going to other states, and then they putting people on they hoods where they go, like in Arkansas, New York, Virginia, St. Louis. And that shit just spread like wildfire from there. Because people felt like it was a movement that actually meant something, when it really did was just a bunch of little niggas trying to make it. That was like Crip history no one asked for. So yeah, no one requested that. I got 2 more questions left. Blackstones and Panthers are connected. Yeah, that shit in Chicago was more political and connected to Panthers. Like you had who was on that? Like David Barksdale and Larry Hoover on the like they call him King David. That's why they got the 6-point star for they shit. They just gonna throw them pitchforks up too. But man, they was on some more political, literature oriented shit, on some community based shit. So you gonna have Folk Nation and they gonna be on that type of time, and then over there you gonna have the People Nation. Chicago was on that gang shit before LA for real. So Chicago and then too you had not T. Rogers, but you had who the leader of the Vice Lords, who started the Vice Lord, Willie Lord. Was it Willie Lord? He started Vice Lords, I think. I could be wrong. But he was political as hell, and they had to lock him up because he was requiring his homies vote. Like all the homies that was over a certain age to vote, and he had a lot of political power and influence in his section, and that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. But yeah, you got the Stone nigga T. Rod, he went to LA. And you got the P Stones, the Blackstone Rangers. Started the Blackstone Rangers in Chicago, to the P Stones and the Jungle Stones. And in New York, it's some Gorilla Stone niggas. Casanova 2 times he a Gorilla Stone. As you see, they hit them with Rico out there in New York. But man, that shit crazy, man. That shit. Yeah, that was Chicago. They were more political. That's because they didn't have daddies. It ain't because they ain't had daddies. Maybe some people. But if you in an area where you feel like, man, my dad not gonna help me fight these little niggas out here. So you gonna have a lot of people, like you in a rowdy ass neighborhood, y'all constantly being fucked with by another neighborhood. This shit go, as a kid, this shit gonna go beyond your parents, and you gonna seek to form a bond outside of your family unit at home. This is where a lot of gangs come into play in children's and teenagers' lives. They feel like it's a certain security you're not gonna get just with being part of a family on the street. It's the people that you form a bond with, that you go to school with. Y'all go to school together. You fighting them over there. They from that street. They fighting them over there. This shit gonna go above your parents. So in the 60s and the 70s, it was fathers in them households, but it was just certain things going on where in certain neighborhoods, it was like, man, kids felt the need to link up and come together like Voltron and defend themselves against the other side or another group or these people or whoever the case may be. And that's something like your dad not going to walk down the street with you and fight a whole bunch of little motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? That's your homies. So it was just that bond. It was like that type of brotherhood type shit that that a lot of kids felt like they didn't get at home. But it was definitely fathers in the household. Yeah, it was that because Raymond Washington, had a father. Tookie, he moved because he from Louisiana originally. Moved out to LA. Did he have a dad in the fucking house? I forget, but man, them niggas had fathers. It's just certain things, you in certain areas, just sometimes your parents could tell you something all day, stay out of trouble. Do this. Do that. Your dad, and a lot of kids, they were scared of their dad. Back in the day, your dad would beat the fuck out you. When your dad hit you, he hit the fuck out you. But you gonna go out in that street, man, you know you gonna get, it ain't really safe out there for you. And you know them boys over there, they don't like you. And you gonna get jumped. And you can tell your dad all day long, what the fuck he gonna do? A grown man gonna go out there and fight them little 15, 16-year-olds? Now that when you got bonds with people you ride the morning bus with, this y'all neighborhood. This ain't y'all neighborhood like y'all own the stores and all that stupid shit in there. Nah, this where he lived there. He lived there with that family. I know Miss Mabel and them. That's Patty's boy. And y'all, man, this shit just like a clique. Like it ain't nothing you get jumped into or nothing. You just there unless you playing ball or some shit or somebody see some hope in you or something. It's just like this type of shit you over there. You see what I'm saying? That bird understands what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's just everything just not that cut and dry though. Like there's no dad in the house. Like that's not. Nah, this shit deeper than that. They got a book of Crip, like the Book of Mormon, the blue, fuck no, type of shit. Hell no, most of this shit, you either gotta be in there to know or have people from out there to do the shit, or you read Tookie Williams book he wrote, Blue Rage, Black Redemption. I read that shit in prison. And Tookie Williams, he went over all that shit, set the record straight on how the Crip started, how he met Raymond Washington. Right there in the book. It's called Blue Rage, Black Redemption. And Jamie Foxx played Tookie Williams. They made it a movie. Like, that shit was a movie. That shit was the dumbest movie ever. Jamie Foxx played Tookie Williams. That shit was goofy as fuck. I forgot about that too. That was a whole ass movie. I know that shit was terrible. But yeah, Jamie Foxx played Tookie Williams. What up, little baby Ozark? They should have just started a band. It pretty much. I mean, now it's just some kids can be really aggressive and other kids is like, I gotta defend my, it's more to it, man. And then too is a lot of it be boiled down to matters of the spirit. It could just be a certain, man, it's more to it. That's why people really not reaching like these folks in gangs. They just attack it from one situation. They use the statistics to attack it. It's like you gotta put yourself in the person you try and steer the correct way shoes. You gotta understand. Like some people be like, oh, you didn't have a dad growing up. Oh, is it because and all this other shit is you gotta, man, it's just certain things you gotta understand how certain people would feel like at certain ages concerning certain social matters. Like y'all know when y'all was growing up, you ain't always want your fucking parents in your business. It's certain things, like certain pressures you deal with where it's like you find solace in community, kind of like how people and all the truth is all people talking about how they doing now. It's like it's that community through brotherhood, but it becomes a force and a vehicle for evil. It can become that yearning to belong to something. Can become the vehicle through which a lot of violent acts are done. Like this shit is easy to understand, but it's hard to explain to people who never been through it, who don't know. You know? Like that shit just becomes kind of like how a bunch of people, like-minded individuals, come together to form a community that then just becomes a fucking cult. These people look like, oh my goodness, like you know, it's like that. It's just you don't see the destructive cycle you in while you in it. Sometimes it take you getting shot the fuck up, going to the penitentiary, losing a homie, your mother getting shot, your kid before you like, man, this shit crazy. You just high off the hog while you doing this shit because it's, you know, and sometimes it don't click for people when tragedy strikes because they just like, they double down. They like, shit, man, we getting back. They like, oh, your kid died because you out there, you a vice lord, you on some bullshit, or you Latin king, and it's like, man, nah, you don't take that time to reflect on yourself and past actions to see what caused that. You just like, man, rage, see red. Them niggas did it. Load up, ride out, man. It's just like sometimes it just sometimes things just can't be explained, and certain people just can't be talked to. You know, certain things, some people just gotta learn the hard way. There's just certain people you don't got, not leave them alone, but you know. What happened to Took? Oh, he was about to get out of the penitentiary. He was on death row for a long ass time. And Cuz was ready. He was about to get it. Everybody thought he was going to get out. But Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California at that time. And ultimately the decision was up to Arnold Schwarzenegger whether or not to release him or not. I remember there was a lot of press on that shit. That shit was in the news and everything. And Arnold Schwarzenegger turned down his appeal to get out, but a lot of people, they was like, yeah, it's looking like you're gonna get up out of here. Like the lawyers, the people working with the state and his case and all that other shit. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he hit the finito button, boop, and they put, I think they get the gas chamber, and yeah, they put Tookie Williams in the gas. No, it was lethal injection. Yeah, they pumped them full of that bullshit, cyanide. Uh, they pumped them full of cyanide. They pumped them full of uh, all types of vaccines. They gave them a Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine shot, all types of shit. And cuz just on the chair and niggas just started coming, and that was it. But a lot of people went out there. He had a big ass funeral. A lot of people went out there. Snoop Dogg was out, all types of a lot of people, a lot of celebrities were out there. That shit was crazy. Like that was a one time where it was a lot of gangs. Like outside of Nipsey Hussle dying, that was one time where it was a lot of gangs in LA. They was on some unity shit. They was on some like stop beef and shit. But that shit didn't last long. Like you had Rolling 60 neighborhood Crips and 8 Trade gangster Crips in the same fucking building just getting along type shit. That shit didn't last long. That's a squirrel eating a nut. For those of you who want to know what a squirrel sounds like eating a nut, there it go. You can see him right there too. He up there chewing on a hazelnut. I just found out that Snoop Dogg dated Martha Stewart. He did? I know they had the cooking shit. Dated? Man, I doubt that. Maybe. Hey, maybe. That's crazy. Yo, chill, son. Yo, you don't gotta eat like close your mouth when you chew. Yeah, I even know somebody eating and they just sit there smacking, crunch. You be like, yo, can you close your mouth when you chew? They be sitting up there. You're like, no, man, that ain't it. I regret buying you something to eat now. You ever gave your kids something to eat and they sit back there? You be like, man, I should have let your little ass starve. All that fucking noise, you stop making that noise. The kids be doing the fuck. When something good, they gotta let you know it. You're like, man, stop making that fucking noise. I should have sent you to bed hungry. He wanted that mama experience. Oh, Snoop Dogg and shit, I ain't even gonna hurt that shit. I had to get that mama experience with Meryl Streep. She can be. Shit, you wanna be my mom? No, that shit weird as fuck. But Meryl Streep, I was like, yo, I'm not really like into old women like talking about, but except for Sade. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, Meryl Streep, what up? Yeah, where my wife at? Yeah, I ain't even gonna hold you. I deliver straight Oakwood to Meryl Streep. Like she get it like that. Oh hell no, not Meryl Streep, Helen Mirren. Nah. I take that back. I'll deliver Oakwood to Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren, like some old lady shit. Like that one guy, he was like, "Yo, I'm in the old lady." I'm like, man, shit, I ain't in the old ladies, but if I was, Helen Mirren. Yo, kids need Dino Nuggets, cuz. Man, Dino Nuggets and A1 sauce, cuz. Just bathe your nuggets in A1 sauce. Put that shit on everything. But yeah, I'm about to get the hell up out of here though. Jennifer Aniston. No, we not. No, we talking about like older. Jennifer Aniston, like 50 or 60 or something. We talking about like older, like older, like Helen Mirren, like fucking 80. We talking about like old women, like Helen Mirren, Sade, Martha Stewart, um, January Jones, Dolly Parton. Yeah, we talking about like older. Fucking, you gonna come here, Jennifer Aniston? Nah, man. This is a weird ass topic though. I'm getting uncomfortable. But yeah, shout out to Helen Mirren. I do a cooking show with her. Let me get the fuck up out of here. Let me get up out of here. I might delete this stream later. Feeling fancy? Might delete later. Hold on. All right, there we go. I got it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm out. Pam Grier. Yeah. Shut up. That's like the previous generation. But yeah, Pam Grier. I'm out.